my last day at All for Fun Jeep event.
Alright, we are headed to the trail. It is the third run of the week for me. We're going basically out the same way we went out yesterday. I don't know if that's because the fires are to the south of Gunnison. That's why we keep going north. At either rate, this seems like it should be a good trail. I got a TJ in front of me who's a trail boss, who's sitting on 31-inch tires, and everyone behind me is like 35, maybe bigger. But interesting mix. There's 3 yellows, 2 reds, and a black one, I think. But I'll give you more information when we get to the trail.
Okay, today we are doing Spring Creek, Flag Divide, nope, wrong one. Cement Creek, Italian Creek, Taylor River,
So wildlife to be on the lookout for, especially those of you with passengers looking to the trees. We got a lot of bears in the area. There are some moose. We do have some mountain lions. I don't think we'll see mountain lions, but you do have a chance of seeing a bear if you look into the trees.
So that's our run for today. I kind of think it's going to be lower elevation. Right now we're at 8,801, and it is 65 degrees.
Yesterday there was...
So check in later. That's our creek crossing. Obviously it goes underneath. Or is it still off to our right? I think it's still off to our right. So we crossed was not really the cement.
Or Italian Creek intersection. I will stop there, just gather the group. We'll see how everybody's doing. I think there's bathrooms there too, so I could be wrong on that, but I feel like I remember we had them.
Definitely like a more clay type material ground. And not as sharp, jagged rocks as yesterday's trip. But we are also on a completely different mountain. But it is pretty. It feels cooler. I think it's a lot to do with the shade and the water we're driving right next to. Got a decent amount of little turnouts. Like this little rock coming in on us. Hello, rock. I'm in two-wheel drive and in first gear, which is not bad at all. Rocks aren't that big yet, but they're getting there.
Idea why it's called Cement Creek? No, I wish I did. Let me see if I can find some information. The names of some of this stuff in Colorado, it just defies logic why they named it the way they did. This could for all be a guy named, well, with the last name Cement found this area and was like, oh, this is my creek.
Alright, we'll check back in again later. There's a bridge.
A little waterfall on this bridge you guys may want to take a look at when you go over it.
Oh, there it is. So that waterfall is
Free to
in the...
take photos, get out. If you need to take a photo with your Jeep and all that, you're welcome to do that. We will be stopping shortly, so we will not be leaving anyone.
So far I like this trail. The leader's pretty cool. Talkative.
Enjoying, wheeling in the shade. The little Jeep doesn't have the best AC unit, but it works. But it's nicer when it's in the shade.
the rock wall on our left. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little canyon. Alright, we'll check back later. A bit back, we went over Cement Creek, and now we're on the west side. Hang on. We are headed north, so this would be the east side of Cement Creek. Definitely has a little bit more obstacles to it. I haven't put it in four-wheel drive yet. Pretty nice dispersed campgrounds around here. Let's see. There it is. It's waiting on the V8 Jeep or the Flow Rider, man. This kind of reminds me of Cleghorn Road. Other than it's not, well, when it rains, it gets pretty muddy and clay. We've been through that. But nice trail so far. So it looks like this is our interchange for Italian Creek and Cement Creek. I think that's right. I'm actually surprised how solid this is, considering how moist we just were, a little bit higher elevation.
Little pull-off area over here. I'm going to pull off, that way we can do a quick debrief before we start Italian Creek.
Italian Creek it is. So we're going back to the west side of the mountains. We're back in the sun. The east side was actually really nice, but it's amazing how much drier the dirt is here compared to the other side. We're just talking 500 or 600 feet away from each other. I do think I'm going to take this Jeep to 35-inch tires. I don't know when, probably another 2 or 3 years, because I'm not just throwing these tires away. I'm going to wear these suckers out. But I think it will go 35s, but if I do that, I'm going to change the gearing. It's got 2017 Rubicon axles in it, and I believe those are either 410s or 411s. So I think I'd want to be like 529s, but my understanding, and unless I'm wrong, that makes it like 8 teeth on the pinion, or maybe even less. It puts a lot of stress on one little section of the rear axle. So I might go 488. I know
The trees up there, did you notice that the last time? When you go the other direction, you don't really see that.
I know the Mustang Jeep, the CJ7, has 456s, and I think that should have had 488s. But it's also Dana 44. Granted, they're out of Grand Wagoneer or But that's something I'm thinking about. Well, I'm 100% sure I'm keeping this. Even though I like the CJ7 style, unless I spent a ton of money to make it better, I don't think I want to keep that. But I would probably find a way to make that air conditioner work, clean up the wiring, and either add it
This
to
kind of forest is where you might see bears, so keep an eye out as you're going through. This is what they like.
or add the dual battery setup, because it with the fans on, it just doesn't, the battery doesn't stay charged. I may have to upgrade the alternator or dual battery setup, or just sell it like my plan is. But I'm not giving it away either, so who knows. So this is still kind of that mud clay type dirt. Next time we stop, I'll wash the windshield. So I think the dust is messing up my video. It's not bad, but definitely noticeable. So I will call it quits for now and do it later. Like to our left would be a way around to avoid this water crossing, which I imagine early spring is pretty wet, but for right now it's not bad. There's a few cows on our trail, and they kind of look like, why are these guys here? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I can see, just off the trail.
Sure. Sorry for you guys that have the bigger tires, because that's usually fun with big tires.
Muddy, but I've seen worse.
We'll end up buying the next one.
There's no way Florida man can't make it through that. Yeah, he's already done. So we will move on. It looks like we have left that dark brown clay looking stuff, and we're back into this
It's like a minor rock garden.
rock garden.
And I am at it. So this might be fun for some of you guys.
At this point, doesn't even look close to the Holcomb Valley rock garden, but it might be. I haven't run around the corner yet. And we're stopped for a minute. I'm want to get out and take a look. Okay, he is moving on. Video's not showing where he's at. Well, that's it.
Are you okay?
Worked out. No problem at all. I'm taking photos. This looks a little bit more of a rock garden, but still really small. He does grab his receiver
That rock garden, has everyone through it yet?
hitch quite a bit.
Don't believe so yet, do we? I'll just kind of hold up for a little bit.
We're gonna hold up. I'm gonna.
We'll have more rocks to play on at the end of this little section. Definitely have some fun on those. There are some bigger lines.
Yeah. Haven't seen any Eminers yet, other than Chipmunk. There was a varmint or whatever they call them out here. Really pretty red coat. Looks thick as shit, but way faster than I can get my camera out. Kind of hoping for a deer or a bear. Just because why not? The last time I was out here, mind you, it was off of the Buena Vista side of Colorado. We saw elk. I think we saw 2 of them. Had to look at my videos and see. Definitely out of that brown rock or brown dirt from this white grayish granite dirt. We're starting to see dead trees. There's one directly in front of us. There's one off to my right. There's 2 off to my left. Or maybe the soil is richer on the other side and the trees are better protected or healthier. You see another dead one right here off to our left. That sucker's huge and it's dead. I still think the best option is to cut them down before they cause too much trouble, or they breed more of these stupid bark beetles. At least that's my theory. But I'm no tree guy. I think an ornithopter ornithologist bird. Botanist? I think that would be a botanist. And I'm not a botanist. Maybe need termite. Not termite, but a bug.
This section I gotta go a little slower in because of the small tires.
So, pretty good trip so far. Enjoying it. We'll video this little rocky corner, and then I think we'll hold off for a while. So we'll check back later. I like the different color mud we went through. We had a quick little break. Now we're back onto the trail. We basically lost all the trees. We're in like a prairie area is what I would call it. I was thinking, I'm surprised we don't see cows here. But then I don't think that's the right answer. The cows are down there by a lot of water and in the shade. So they're smarter than I am sometimes. It still tastes better than I think I would. But there are some cannibals that probably like human better than beef. Who knows? That being said, I think we're pretty much done with this side of the mountain. I don't know if we're going up to our right where those Jeeps are coming down, or maybe those are side by sides, or if we're going to the left, because my map or my GPS says there's both options. But it also looks like that one to the right dead ends and turns around. I don't know if we're doing that or not. Grammy had some tuna. He drank a lot of water and he's a good dog. That's all for now.
right back in the Jeep unless you guys might get out, but I'm just doing a quick photo when we get to it. That's coming up in probably about a mile.
If I'm not mistaken, that is an M151A2.
Man, I think you were right.
I'm gonna have to stop and take a picture of that.
That is perfectly okay because my radio is failing, so I'm going to switch the battery out. Military.
Yep, that's an A2. Oh, you should. Hello. So that was pretty cool. Three M151A2s, which were newer than mine because they were. One was made by Ford. The other two were made by AM General. Same people who started making the Humvee later on, who at some point was purchased by General Motors. But yeah, they the one older dude, tall guy I was talking to, I didn't catch his name, or I don't remember it, one of the two. But he's said he's been coming out here in these Jeeps, or these military mutts, since he was a kid with his parents. So that's pretty cool. He had some young kids there. I think you saw the video as I rolled up, maybe. But real friendly, just talked to him for a minute. Now I'm at the back end of our group because you snooze, you lose. And now I'm behind the guys from Texas. So it's still pretty cool. And they made it up here. Open divs, stock motors, basically the way they were issued to the grunts. So all sorts of funny games. That is supposed to be Star Mine. That yellow speck you see there at the bottom
There is a mine shaft. It is blocked off, so you won't be able to go in.
The trail leader.
You just got to walk down.
That guy's from Florida.
From the area, walk down and kind of follow the ravine.
The following three are from California, and the last one is Texas. So that's what's left of Star Mine. I was told there's some boilers or something on the other side. Not much of it left. This would be the backside as we were driving by. That's what's left of the mine. It's supposed to be a shaft. Almost completely overgrown. And people leave trash everywhere. it's gonna hit that. I am glad I have selectable lockers. Being able to turn them off and on to turn, this is a freaking miracle. The Gomer Jeep, which is my 54 M38A1 with the Vortec V6, the automatic transmission, it's got Detroit lockers front and rear, but it being so short and unable to, unlock them without undoing the hubs, if it's locked and you gotta make turns, it's a pain in the butt. Where the this one here, obviously I hit a button, I turn it off or on. Same thing with that CJ7 Mustang powered Jeep. It's got Detroit's front and rear. When I built the Cherokee, I put the Auburn worm drive gear limited slip in it, and I did the Detroit E-Locker in front for the specific purpose of it would be easier to drive around corners off-roading. Another big rock. Please stay on the road. Public access through private property. Looks like the Texas guys are still there, checking out the mine. They may have wanted to get back behind me, which is fine. I didn't mind being in the rear anyway, but whatever. We're almost to the cabin. I don't remember what he said the name was, but somebody who worked at the Star Mine built a cabin here, and from what I'm understanding, this is a reproduction, not the original cabin, but it's supposed to be pretty cool. So I will stop because that's where the rest of the group is. I don't see a spot for me to park though. I see a chipmunk. My wagon. Solid axles. That's gotta be a rough ride. No springs, nothing. Actually reminds me of my wagon for the camper. A lot heavier built though. Trail leader, since that's where all their other Jeeps are. I wonder what the shelf here is for. Seems like that'd just be a spot to gain a beautiful view. And this, I'm gonna say, is the porta potty. Doors open. That's definitely a porta potty. I guess it's not porta potty, that's an outhouse. gets knocked around a bit in all the bouncing. You should be able to see in the video. Yeah, I think you can. It's barely misting. Not enough to use the wipers yet. It is almost 2. We still got a good amount of the day left. 65 degrees. That's of course if my thermostat on the Jeep works. Because yesterday it was 54 for almost like the entire day, and I was like, no, it's not 54 degrees out here. But I think we're about done with video for right now, until something more exciting happens.
I'll find there's some campsites coming up, though. I'll find a campsite for us all to reconvene and we can see where people are at.
Hello again. So we're about out of the trail, I think. A camper's in front of us. Pretty neat trail. Some pretty rough areas. Beautiful scenery. A lot less dead trees than the ones yesterday. Alright, we are
Just amazing in the daytime.
almost completely done with the trip.
Oh,
It
yes,
is-
trust me, like, especially in fall colors, this is great. There's not always...
It is
sometimes
raining
people camping
pretty
like that,
decently, but not
we did,
stormy.
there was very few, I think there was like a tank camper
I'm taking
that was
tail gunner position right now
driving
because
through
why not?
elevated platform and kind of weaving all around. I
And-
really like this part.
It's good. I had a motorhome out there. He said we were pretty much done with the trail anyway, so that would make sense. Almost looks like that motorhome is on a cleared lot. Maybe he owns that property. I don't know why I'm still on low. There we go.
Really need this rain, but we do not need that lightning.
Definitely a cleared lot. Awesome place. Nice view. Motorhome's pretty tore up though. The whole back end of it's fucking wrecked. I don't think I saw anything today. I was hoping for a beaver or something. Oh well. We get to pavement, which I don't know how far away that is,
You familiar with Webster Pass?
and we'll air it up.
What was that again? I couldn't hear you.
This is Taylor Reservoir. We're going to the other side of it where I guess there's paved road. I don't know what the other side means. That's what he said. My GPS says I got 26 miles to Highway 135. how we get back to Denison. It is definitely rainy. The road's not the best. But Graham is sleeping. A good reminder of why to have your valve cover caps, because all that mud would be in there. You'd have to use a water bottle or something to make sure you can put air back into it. So easy, cheap. But my recap tires are working well. These are the tire recappers out of Tennessee. It's the second set that's been on this Jeep, and they're holding up really well. Graham's letting me air up in the rain because I don't want to sleep with a wet dog. This was my last day. I'll be leaving tomorrow morning.